I think that they're exploited and then not appreciated for their intelligence. It tends to be more of a show instead of asking them poignant questions.
The portrayal of women, I think people still like the stories of centralizing them. Um, and I think the images out there today kind of give an impression that even though we try to work so hard to be in the same position as men and having that power as men, I think we've kind of taken it backwards, and we still emphasize that you need to still look good and you still have to dress like a woman, and therefore sometimes that gets lost on the respect end, especially in the business world. I don't think society places limitations on women. I think a lot of it, I think society accepts that women can do anything that men can do, but I think women sometimes place limitations on themselves because they don't think they could survive in a man's world when it has been proved it can work. It's just that they might have to work harder for it.
Question is, what role do you think women have today as opposed to decades ago? I think unfortunately decades ago most women, they really didn't have access to positions of power and high-paying jobs, but today they now have access to many positions of power and high-paying jobs, but there's still we still have a long way to go. Some of the highest positions of power and the highest positions of companies and stuff still aren't occupied by women, they're occupied by men. There's not a balance there, it's not like 50-50. But I think in the coming decades it's going to start to even out. And something really positive right now is that more women, well, it's positive for women, but it's kind of a drawback for men, is more women are actually entering college now and graduating than men. And it used to be the other way around. More men went to college and were graduating. So I think women were finally, maybe within your lifetime, you guys, and my lifetime when I'm older, is we'll finally reach kind of like parity where there's true equality there. So that's what I think.
When asked about how the role of women have changed in the last 50 years, all I have to really do is look at my own family. Look at my mom. In the 1960s, when my mom went to college, she told her dad that she wanted to go to school, and her dad said, "Why do you need to go to school to raise a family?" And my mom kind of said, "That's not just what I want to do. I want to have a career. I want to go and do things." And you know that, and I've grown up with that. I've grown up with a mother who was she was a professional. She was a teacher. She had a master's degree. She was a hard worker, and she was able to raise a family and do that at the same time. But what I saw is not my mom having the responsibility of raising a family. I saw my mom and dad together have a responsibility of raising their family, and to together have a responsibility of making an income for a family. And as we look in the future, having a situation where there's just one person working in the house, it's not going to work that way anymore. In today's economy, you need two incomes, unless you're fortunate enough to be a millionaire, but most of us aren't. So the woman's role in our country is definitely becoming much more parity is the word, or a lot equal to that of men. But let's not pretend like it's that way everywhere around the world. There's many places in the world where women's rights are still 150, 200 years back from where they should be. And if we really want to solve issues like poverty, environmental problems, and all these terrorism, all these major problems, one of the root things we need to look at are the rights that women are given.
I do not feel that women are degraded in the workplace, and one of the reasons why I feel this way is because if you act in a professional manner, you will get treated in a professional manner. I do believe that women tend to take on more responsibilities without speaking up, though, and that can be misinterpreted as being degraded, but not necessarily. We just need to learn as a gender to speak up and say no. I do not feel that society puts limitations on women in the workplace in modern society. I feel that we don't take advantage of all the opportunities that we could in every professional field, but hopefully that'll change with the upcoming generations.